Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a brand new episode of the Skylanders Imaginators Soul Seekers series here on the channel. We're going to start things off by popping open a few chests from inside the vault. First of which is a Creation Clash victory, which would obviously be against the tutorial that we did in the very first episode, mind you. But regardless, we have some ultimate leg guards. Even the design of the leg armor that comes as a gift from Barbella is completely uninspired. So, design-wise, Barbella, as we were talking about in the previous episode, she is very uninspired and has nothing really to write home about. There's nothing unique about her design neither, because we have seen rock golems done time and time again. However, once you set aside the awful design and you actually break down Barbella's gameplay, you get to see just how overpowered you can be due to the flow and insane power of her moveset. She is a really underrated Skarner. In fact, you look up the dictionary definition of underrated and Barbella is the image you'll see right next to the definition, because that's how dictionaries work. Dictionaries have pictures in them, coming from a guy who's clearly never read a dictionary before. But here we are with a common piece. Our final piece of the vault is going to be the Unchained armor. Of course, we're going to have more of that vault to concern ourselves with as the series progresses. But for now, we're going to destroy some plants for looking at me funny, no other reason. Do you really need another reason? And then we're going to head through the fog to unveil everything back here. Now let's follow this rat. I'm curious as to where he might lead. Hopefully it's not the Rat Kingdom, because I really hate the Rat Kingdom. And he has led us to an Imaginate chest. Don't mind if we do. Voice cracks and all. So let's pop this open. We've garnered ourselves some heavy duty legs. Therefore, having completed the Wilderness Warrior set. A pretty cool set, that one. It would suit a live character pretty well. But then again, that's what you have recolorization for in the Imaginate creation system. You know, you can effectively turn any piece into something suitable for any element via the different colours you can dress it up with. Now let's blow this up. Yeah, baby. You might be wondering what we're doing around here by all of the adventure pack levels. Well, we're going to grab a book first things first. I didn't even realise that there was a book to be found back here. But that's going to be useful when we bring back books to the academy. So then Hugo will reward us with even more Imaginite chests. Because if there's one thing we need more of, it is Imaginite pieces. But that being said, we are back here at the Imaginite... Not the Imaginite, sorry, the Adventure Pack levels. We are here, placed onto the portal, none other than the Griffin Park Observatory, because I feel as though we might as well just rip the Band-Aid off as soon as possible and get this awful, awful level out of the way, so that then we don't need to worry about it ever again, because there is no speedrun objectives on this level. Thank goodness for that. We can just go through, hopefully find every single area for the first time around, and then once all areas are found and all collectibles have been gathered, the level will be complete, so long as we don't lose any lives along the way. So if we get lives lost, it will be tragic. I will initiate gamer rage mode. The same can be said for if we miss areas, because there are some areas in this level that are absolutely absurd to find with no sort of hint towards their location whatsoever. I even headed backwards because you never know with this level where those hidden areas might lie. Like sometimes they can be just literally right behind you as the camera loads in. They can be sneaky that way. But let's head into the observatory itself and take the piece off the portal, because who really needs a piece on the portal right now? An egg. Ooh. Yeah, that's fantastic, Tessa. I give zero shits about that, because right now I give more shits about moving this observatory into place. So we'll start with, for one, back here, I suppose, the far left. Then we can go far left, middle, far right, and well, Tessa, please be quiet right now. All I hear is her rambling in both my ears via my headset, because that's how headsets work. They wrap around your face and then both ears are just bled by the sound of Tessa's constant yapping. Tower combinations, don't mind if we do. Oh, and Rizzo, we also don't mind if we do with him. As glorious as Rizzo is, though, we are going to be skipping over his dialogue, as we always do. I can't destroy that chair, and now I'm depressed. Right as I thought this level couldn't get any worse, it went on ahead and brought out an indestructible chair. That is truly criminal. But we do have at least some things to be tackling here, such as a troll radio for starters. Boom, baby. But Rizzo is a classic NPC. He originates from Spyro's Adventure, and I love his voice acting work. It's just, he's got a really nice and distinctive voice to him for no good reason whatsoever. Voice actor is just very clearly passionate about his role as Rizzo. So we now have another chest bit, haven't been added to Vault because we've been introduced to the Egg Rescue Arcade thingy-McBob, as they say. So let's play some Creation Clash without further ado. Placing Hoodsicle up there was hopefully a poor decision on their behalf because I really want to win right now, and that's going to involve a little bit of Ember. Now that Wolfgang placement was dull because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to initiate Super Blastatron mode. There you go, because if there's one character who needed getting buffed, it is Blastatron. Blastatron would be useless without the buff sometime, yeah? So the question now is, what do? Do I defend Ember? Or do I take someone else's stones? I suppose for now we'll defend Ember with the might. Well, I say that, no matter what I play in the top right hand or left hand corner even, Graveclobber or Robo can take either Ember or the stone I place to protect the Ember, so we're going to go with the original plan, which is to take Dr. Neocortex. At least now with Dr. Neocortex having been taken, that stone is as good as ours and it can't be taken back. So now, without further ado, let's place Buckshot up here and then just lose the game. And just going to casually, our second game of Creation Clash ever, lose it 4-5. But you know what? Losing was all part of my plan. That was the intention. Because now they're going to stupidly place Hoodsicle right next to where Blastatron can come in and initiate his super mode. Graveclobber, that's pretty cool. And by that I mean it's cool because they've left themselves exposed for the taking. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Now they can use Neocortex all they want. Actually, they really can because the only stone that can take it here is Kingpin, but that would be a terrible move given that they'll just take the stone right back. Then again, I'm pretty sure no matter what I do, they'll take the stone right back. Unless I play Ember up here. Okay, they're going to play Robo there, but luckily for us, this is what we have Buckshot for. So no matter what they were going to do, I was going to take their stone next, because either Buckshot or Kingpin would have been an efficient move. There we go, that's what we're talking about. Second time was for charm. Whoever said third time was for charm clearly had that wrong. But yeah, I am glad to finally be ripping this Band-Aid off. I say finally, like we've been waiting episodes upon episodes for this, because I'm doing it early. It means we don't have to wait episodes upon episodes. We just get it out of the way as soon as ASAP. And we even get to remain as a current sky we have in Portal of Power, because Barbella is already corresponding with that of the element of the area. Earth. Kind of hard to place her in any element other than Earth, given that she is a rock golem through and through. You don't get any more Earth-like than that. So let's grab all these eggs along the way, as well as for bridges, because these bridges come in handy. Though not when you need a metal bridge rather than a wood bridge. That's not so handy. Okay, let's take out some of these fools. Now, they hit me, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to hit them back, my friends. Boom, baby, that's what we're talking about. Skylanders might be stronger here. That doesn't even matter, because we are yet to have seeked out a soul for the air element. Let's pop this bridge back into place after we've grabbed the egg. It is very clear that I have no idea what I'm doing with this level, so hopefully, based on the last few times I've played through this absolute dogshit level, I can piece it together enough to not miss anything. Man, this level is so forgettable that no matter how many times you 100% going through it, for next time you play through it again, you've remembered it all over. Or you've forgotten it all over, I should say, as that bramble becomes the end of me. I thought Barbell was better than that, but apparently I thought wrong. So I really need a metal bridge right now. And luckily I seem to have found one. So let's see what's on the other end of a metal bridge before we start collapsing it. A telescope for one. I'm not sure what this telescope is useful for, because we can't exactly move it around and hone in on things like you can in Swap Force, where the binoculars let you hone in on Gobblepods during the second level, and from there you can obviously take selfies. Fantastic selfies at that. But no, I mean, if you use your binoculars to hone in on a gobble pod, you get treasure. But here there doesn't seem to be such a great mechanic, because clearly a great mechanic like that is asking for too much from such a, as I appropriately put it earlier, dog shit level. Okay, let's pop that bamboo bridge into place, because we're going to be needing that later. Luckily, we have the wood bridge in place, so we can very easily traverse from one to another. I really wish that we had seeked out Airstrike Soul already, because that would have been useful in getting through this section more quickly, because Airstrike can play through this section, being an air Skylander who corresponds with the current element of the area, that being air. You know, it's very much a fact that Airstrike would correspond with this current element of the area right now, given that their elements would match, and that's exactly what corresponding means. You gotta match it up, match it up, yeah. I have no idea where that tune came from, but you know what? I suppose I should sell it. You can check the newest track having been dropped on Spotify now. As if Spotify even charges for songs. I mean, there might be a paid service with that isn't just for premium subscription. I'm not really very accustomed to Spotify. I have just started using it on a more frequent basis. But it has also been a lifesaver in the fact that my boring tasks, when I have my headphones on and start listening to music, become that little bit less boring. So let us pop this one into place. This is going to be a slow ordeal no matter what, given that Barbella has slow walking speed, as we were talking about in the previous episode. Earth characters and speed in this game really do not match, so let's take this bridge and pop it into place back here, because we've got to head all the way back in order to grab the bamboo bridge. These puzzles are well designed in the fact that they don't soft lock you, so that I can respect, because can you imagine if by popping the metal bridge on the wrong slot all of a sudden, well, we wouldn't be soft locked because you just have to backtrack and put the metal bridge back where it was, but still a completely unsolvable route would be created from that. But no matter where you put the bridges, you can solve it from that point. You don't need to backtrack in order to unsoft lock yourself, in other words. So the puzzles are well designed in that manner. Well, thank you for that very useful information there, Tessa. I never would have came to that conclusion myself without your much needed 1000% utter necessary guidance. Yeah, speaking of guidance, that's what I should have looked up for this level before we got here, but yet here I am with no guidance, probably about to fail, but we're going to put a positive spin on it regardless. And by that I mean hope for the best. Hoping for the best is indeed a very positive thing, and we need that, because that's the only thing that's going to be able to motivate me to get through this tyranny right now. Let's grab that egg. We can't even head inside the hut until we found a torch, so that begs the question, where's the torch? And I don't mean the core torch, I mean a literal, like, fire torch. Not of fire, not fire core torch of the fire element, no. Again, the Skylander, not very useful right now, though I would assume that realistically she would be. Her name is Torch, and she does light up a room like a torch, and yet she can't be used in this level as a torch. Rather inconvenient, that. So let's be grinding on back without a torch, mind you, so I have no idea if we're going to have to come back to this branch again later. We probably are, because this game really loves to make me suffer with its constant back and forth nature. That's possibly the worst part about it, the fact that the level can't seem to make its mind up as to which route is the correct one, and it makes you go down just about every single route imaginable. But we are going to flip over these plant pots, because I believe these reveal a rather useful tool for within the observatory. There we go. Now that, my friend, is the key we are looking for. So with that key, the camera was quite abundantly clear as to what our next task is. Let's open the door. Obviously, once we get there, slowly but surely, emphasis on slow. And here we are where life is stronger, and unlike air, life is an element we do have a corresponding character for, so it's time for Ambush to take up the central spotlight. Probably a remainder of the level, because I'm not sure. I know light and water appear at some point. That's what I remember from my previous playthroughs of this level. Not that I remember my previous playthroughs of this level very well. It's very forgettable, might I remind you. Let's pop that into place. There we go. Let's say, outside of light and water, I don't actually remember what other elements pop up. We're just kind of gonna roll with the punches as we go along here. Let's grab that treasure, don't mind if we do. And then where are things that we can destroy to get more collectibles? Well, this is some form of collectible or another. We got to collect the Imaginite parts to get an Imaginite chest, so let's do exactly that. I like that plan. And that's what we have Dash for. Snail wasn't gonna prank us that easily. It would be no fun if a prank was that easy to conduct on us. So there's a selfie here, but you know what? We're gonna be a rebel. Like, drawing a selfie, who needs to be face for camera anyway, right? It's way cooler to take a selfie with nothing but for back muscles being showcased. Though I didn't even know a tree could have muscles, and the question is, what are the back muscles even called? I forgot their scientific name. There are too many muscles to remember scientific names for, but that area has been complete. We've pretty much got everything from it we can, which means there is a surprising lack of collectibles in that area. It's rather disappointing, actually. Yeah, let's get this shifted into place. That's where we've been, I believe. Well, we can either look left, which is in the middle, or we can stick with going right. Yep, once again, Tessa can't seem to be quiet.
If you want to reach those nests on the cliffs, and I'm hoping you do, you'll need to explore.
Is she looping with her dialogue right now? Because I just remember her saying already, not that I've been listening to Tessa, but I remember her saying already about how she wants to about how she hopes I want to explore the cliffs. I'm sorry, my voice is all over the place right now, my commentary is all over the place right now because Tessa is distracting me with her constant yapping, no reason. So let's continue to find eggs as we have a puzzle to solve, it seems, here in the closest thing we have to an open world level in the Skylanders franchise, and now because of this level I don't want anything remotely similar to it ever again. This level has put me off the concept of an open world Skylanders game, and that is an awesome concept which literally only the Griffin Park Observatory is capable of ruining. Only this level could do something so tragic.
Dragon feathers. This cave is too.
Yep, here we go with Tessa yapping once more. I'm going to turn down the volume on my headset so that then I can actually hear myself think over Tessa's constant yapping. Either way, what we need is a torch. Luckily for us, there's one located right here where life Skylanders are stronger, so we get to remain that little bit longer as ambush here at the tunnel side chamber. That's right, this area that has no hint towards it whatsoever is classed as one of the areas to be found in this stage, so therefore we have to make sure we don't accidentally leave it behind. Okay, these guys have got to go. Boom, baby, and we talk them out. Get them! Well, we got them all right, that's for sure. Now let's take out some trollish fools. That's what they get for looking at me funny. What can I say? If they didn't want to die, then they shouldn't have looked at me funny right now. So we have the bamboo shield. I mean, I was praising Barbella earlier for having a moveset that really flowed together very well and was pretty fast-paced. Ambush takes that concept to the next level, where his moves flow together so incredibly well with such a fast-paced nature to them. And like all the other senseis, he also shares in the fact that he is stupid overpowered, because that is what the senseis were designed to be. Their literal only function in this game is to be the most broken Skylanders we have ever seen. Wow, this is a whole lot of chompies. Luckily, unlike Cradle of Creation, there is no achievement in this game for getting no damage taken during this Battle Gongs section. We weren't even going for the trophy when we did that section in Cradle of Creation, but we wound up accomplishing it anyway because there was indeed no damage taken during that Battle Gong challenge. But here we go, with yet another Imaginite chest, then it's nothing but a common piece. If I'm going to slog my way through this terrible level, then the game can at least give me something more than frickin' common pieces. Anyway, there's more eggs for me. Don't mind if we do, because that means we have collected 5 of 5. Let's return the eggs to a nest. As soon as we're done with that grinding right there, mind you, magic is stronger here, but we have no magic representatives to switch out for, at least not yet. Okay, let's murder some more folks. Yes, that's what we're talking about, baby. Well, it would be even more so what we're talking about if I took less damage right there. But you know what? Ambush is a character designed to stand still and then stack up damage quickly. There we go. Now that's a mechanic I am rather fond of. So the sheep here are going to eat the fruits right there and give us a path. That's what we need from them. That's virtually the only thing we need from them. So let's return these to the nest and also grab the Imaginator chest whilst we're here as part of the fruits of our labour. Don't mind if we do. Certainly do not mind if we do. And then we're going to go on ahead, grab that torch and pop back down because there is the caves for us to explore back here. I'm not 1000% confident about any collectibles found here, but it is important for all areas found. And what do you know? It's both important for all areas found as well as the treasure chest for the collectibles. That's convenient, 2 birds with 1 stone and everything. Not that the treasure from the treasure chest is going to a good cause, because with ambush, it is wasted. So we went into a cave that was under the island, then we come out of a cave to wind up on top of the island?
That makes sense to me.
Oh right, looks like this egg wants to go where the arrow is. We have 2 eggs tucked into 1 nest, which was not entirely what I was expecting, and yet here we are. So that's amazing there, Callie, but I really couldn't care less about what you, Nortessa, have to say. You've already driven me up the wall with your constant yapping, so the last thing we need is even more of that, which luckily that's what I have the best button for the video game for. So we were able to push said button and get that deep stew out of here. I love that skip button. I love that skip button so much. And we're back on the jungle trail. Okay, let's grab this because I want to, no other reason. No, don't hit me. That would be rude. Wouldn't much appreciate you hitting me. Man, frickin' Burberries. Right when you thought this level couldn't get any worse, it brings out the worst possible enemies imaginable. The sheep enemies. Hugo warned us about the sheep and we didn't listen. This is our karma. Oh, but I will take that torch, thank you very much. Now gobble away, my little sheep friends. Okay, so using the torch we can explore yet another cave, because apparently we haven't done that enough already here at the Lost Ruins, where I'm pretty sure we just need to guess a combination here. So far, I've guessed it incorrectly. Okay, so we have square, triangle, not circle done, so it's got to be square, triangle, this is triangle again. Ooh, sneaky. And then circle, sweet, we got that right for the vault, but I'm extra certain that there's nothing back here besides the vault with treasure in it that once again was wasted on ambush. Very much the pinnacle of greed, that. And I really hate how after you go into an area and come back to the main area, all of those plants have respawned and the bridges have gone back to their original location, which means that we need to wait for the sheep to finish gobbling away at the plants again, and we need to go back for the bridge again. That is what you call a major nuisance. Without further ado, we have one final area to explore on this bridge, so let's get the bridge popped into place. Without further ado, this is the final pathway right there in the middle. We save the middle for last. I would say we save the best for last, but there is no best part of this level. That's what makes it so terrible in the first place. Let's grab an egg. This is a free egg. Free eggs could come in useful, don't you know, especially since free-range eggs are better tasting ones, and plus you can buy free-range eggs with less of a guilty conscience, knowing that those chickens who lay them are allowed to roam free. Water element, that's what I was alluding to earlier when I was teasing the fact that water elements are stronger at some point in this level. Okay, so this is the section of level where you have to be attentive and very explorative, because there are some really sneaky hidden areas. They don't even have collectibles in them, so there's really no way to tell if you need to go to that area or not. You aren't reminded by the game naturally, because you can get every collectible without getting every area found, because these areas are really sneaky. and yet they have no reward behind them whatsoever, with the exception of the all areas found objective. But I believe the area I'm referring to is back here, where we have the hidden nook. Boy, that was a very hidden nook, a super ultra hidden nook more like, where there certainly should have been a collectible, reminding you to go there because it's for more than just all areas found. And because it's so sneaky, that would have been a really rewarding place to hide a collectible as well. But the developers were like, nah, we'll just hide it really, really well and then make the player suffer when they inevitably miss it. Because apparently the developers, when making this level, just wanted to watch the whole world burn. Oh wow, I can't make the jump for the life of me. I suppose that's another thing that makes the level terrible. Because that's obviously the level's fault. My lack of platforming skills is due to how terrible this level is. But again, the soul gem is there, rather than in the hidden nook, where it would have been a far more rewarding collectible to find, and it would have reminded you to access the hidden nook every time rather than accidentally skipping it because you don't realise that all what it's for is all areas found. Collectibles, it's easy to remember the locations for, so with that location being a collectible location, you would find it easy, or you would recall it easier, I should say. It would be more memorable to you as an area with a collectible in it. So let's push that into place. Now we've got to go all the way back around again. That's just annoying. Freaking level design being freaking level design. How dare it be level design? So very tedious that. Once again, I can't seem to make these jumps, and it's all the level's fault. Light, okay. It would be useful if I had seeked out a Skylander corresponding with a light element, but apparently that was too much to ask for. So instead we're here completely lightless. In more ways than one, because there is no light in these deep, dark caves and the deep, dark woods, however the rest of the rhyme goes. Okay, so there's lots of enemies back here, but I'm going to very much enjoy killing every last one of them. This is very different from my original Soul Seekers series, where I was trying to, in that original series, put this level off for as long as humanly possible. But in this reboot series, we're just getting it done with already. Okay, let's grab the egg. I wonder if there are any more for any more. There is indeed one final one, so now with all 5 having been gathered, we are going to get ourselves out of here and hope that we haven't missed anything, but I believe that we should be alright. When it comes to the level goals, we have one final treasure chest to find, as well as 25 more enemies and 6 areas. That is not looking too great, to be honest, but at the very minimum, whilst we're here, we might as well take advantage of some bonus goals. Oh yes, that's some good stuff right there. So now with even more chests having been added to the vault, we are going to open them up and see what lies in wait before we conclude the episode, because we've already hit that 30-minute mark, as this is this level, it is many things, but short is not one of them. The Egg Rescue arcade game is popping up next, where we have a common piece for shoulder guards, for spangled shoulders as they say. So here we go, we have another common piece. When you first start out the game, common pieces are pretty much all you get, but at least with the common pieces and a great quantity of them, we have a lot of different things to choose from when it comes to actually customizing our Imaginators. So that then when we have all of these final pieces unlocked, we can make something truly special with whatever Imaginators haven't been defeated in battle. We are going to be keeping the Imaginators as alive as long as possible, so to say, so that then we have the opportunity to improve upon them as we go throughout the series. There's going to be a very sharp contrast between their original randomized form and their final intentional design form that I myself create. Some Rocky Greaves. They look awful similar to Barbella's gift, just worse in every conceivable way. Not even the stats were that great, but what do you know? Double trouble. Let's just name drop one of the greatest Skylanders out there, why don't we? So there is another common piece, some brand new ears. That, my friends, is pretty much what we're going to end off the episode with, some freaking troll ears of all things. So now that we're in this new area, it's time to roll the outro out for the redo. I cannot, in good conscience, end off this video without first thanking all of my incredible channel members whose continued support help make these videos possible. Without them, these videos would be near impossible to make, so from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate every last one of them. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, there are plenty of options on screen now to explore, and please consider subscribing to keep up to date with all my content. On that note, this video is coming to an end, so thank you so much as always for watching. Until the next video arises, peace!